Hey guys, hope you're well. It's Jim here from jimmonkhouse.com. What I'm going to do today is just quickly show you how to update your Elementor site so that you're using CSS clamp across your different devices. What this is going to do is just make it easy to maintain. That's the main thing. So you'll put the clamp in one place on desktop as opposed to doing desktop, mobile and tablet specific font sizes. So yeah, the benefits are you've got one line across all devices, so there's no more setting up separate font sizes for desktop, tablet and mobile. We've got truly fluid fonts that scale smoothly as the viewport changes, so we have no jumps. Less code obviously and easier to maintain, so you can replace it in one place and it'll change everywhere as opposed to having to go through specific breakpoints. It's also future proof, so it's going to be the future of the way fonts are rendered, and it's better readability and UX. So I'll just give you a quick illustration of how this looks on a text file. So you've got the clamp at the top here and our typical media queries here that change font sizes across breakpoints. So yeah, if we just do a resize here, you can see that's fluidly resizing and then it stops at the lowest font size there. And then on when you open the window up, it will stop at that top font size too. And then for media queries, you can see there's a bit of jerkiness there as those breakpoints kick in, it changes the font size. So yeah, your clamp is looking like this essentially. You've got the low value, 40 pixels, so it won't go below 40. It will be fluid 5 VWs in between, and it'll be 70 pixels at the top size as well. So yeah, I'll just quickly show you how to do that. So what you're going to do is when you're logged into your website, you're going to go to Edit with Elementor. And obviously if you're on another theme, you can just put on any global styles. But I'll just show you how to do it on Elementor, that's what we're working with. So what I typically do on Elementor is, just to get perspective of my current font size, I'm just going to create a quick container. And I'm just going to stick a text editor module in there and give it a bit of padding. And then what I'll do is just stick some fonts in. So we can see how those render. So we go to the code tab, put our HTML directly in, and as you can see we've got the H1, H2, H3, H4, down to H6 and the body font as well. So this is the current render of the website. And then I'll just do a preview there so we can keep an eye on it. So mine has actually all been done, but this is just so when you're doing it you can keep an eye and make sure everything looks right. So once that's done, you want to go to Site Settings, and you're going to go to Typography, and then here where you set your global styles, you're literally going to go through and gather up all the fonts, which will typically be in pixels or Ms. So you're going to click on the pen. I've already got clamp in here, but you'll have the pixel value inside there. So you're going to get them all for H1 through to H6 and the body. You're going to click on tablet, you're going to collect them all again, and mobile and collect them all again, and then just do a little table that looks a bit like this. So you've got all your fonts gathered together. When you've got that, you can literally copy and paste this into ChatGPT, and then I've got little prompts which you can get from the accompanying blog post, which is going to show you, or which will render them in this kind of format so they're easy to work with. And you want the line height as well, so you want it to dynamically create the line height. But just copy and paste that prompt in with those values that you pull from this table, and it will give you the values you need to input into the global styles. So yeah, when we're getting hold of clamp, we're literally going to get it from here up to there. So we're going to copy that, and then just at desktop level, because it's taken care of in the others, so make sure you're on desktop, we're going to come into each of the pen icons, and then on the drop down we're going to make sure we choose pen, which is at the bottom here, and we're just going to paste our clamp directly into that there, and also our accompanying EM is going to be on the line height. And then just make sure we saved all our changes, and then we're just going to do 2 checks. So we're obviously going to check these global styles here, which are representations of all our top end tags and the body, and then it's worth just going through your site as well, just making sure everything looks good, do a bit of resizing, and make sure the layout is looking as expected. And yeah, that's basically it. So it's as quick as that. So it will take you around about 5 minutes to get this all done, and then you're future-proofed and you can easily maintain your fonts going forward. So just a few little things to consider as well. You need to check your design consistency, which is what I just recommended then. Look out for theme or plugin conflicts, and just make sure you check the sizes across real physical devices, because you don't want it to be too small. So you need to make sure that dynamic size in between is going to work. But yeah, it's a huge time saver and it's well worth doing if everything else looks right and it works within these considerations here. So yeah, I hope this was helpful. I've got an accompanying blog post as well which runs through it in a bit more detail. You can just find it in the description below. And I'm going to continue putting out these kind of tips and tricks, so if you want to follow along, feel free to do that or to give me a like. Okay, thanks.